Greetings, geeks and geekarellas. It is me, I am back with another Legends review. Things are starting to click. Puzzle pieces are going in. We are ramping up to the last few episodes. Things start to look like they're going in a certain direction. And then they throw two curveballs at us. True Legends fashion. But before we get into that, quickly, just spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you watch it, come back and watch it, because this was really good. Let's jump into it. I guess we'll split it up into plot A, B, and C. And plot B, let's start with C. C was just basically it was Zari and Rory kind of bonding. They bonded a little, but not too much. There was not too much that changed. I think they bonded, but I believe that was mostly there for to provide comedy and levity to the episode, because it goes into some deep stuff in the A and B plot. 2, because, well, I think simply because, to give us more on Mari's backstory. Sorry, I'm a little out of it today. And C, to give us, honestly, this is a big spoiler, so I've already warned you. Kuwasa passes away in the B plot, and I think the part of the reason why this was in the episode was to show that they can feel when a totem bearer dies. Which I hate to say it, but I think might come into play in the future. Either with Nora or someone else. Or maybe to show that the totem bearers are connected or something. I feel like that is just meant there for future stuff. But going to the B plot, oh boy. So Mari is left as captain of the Wave Rider. Not Mari, Amaya. Amaya is kept as captain of the Wave Rider. Well, Nate and Wally find out that her granddaughter, Mari, that's why I got the name mixed up, is hurt badly because she was pulling off vigilante stuff. And from the reports, it seems like she doesn't have her totem because things are starting to solidify. And Amaya still doesn't have her totem back. So they go to try to talk her out of it. Then they run it. Wally and Nate go. Then they run into, of course, Kuwasa, who comes to say that she was there to protect Mari. And wants to protect her and wants to do the right thing, sort of. And she says the only way that she'll help them is if they go by her plan, which of course is to offer Nate up as bait even inject him with a thing that he can't steal up. Which you're like, yeah, this is so not gonna end well. And of course, she uses Nate as a bargaining chip to get the amulet of her people back, but then she betrays Nate and leaves him and goes off. But meanwhile, Damien Darhk is left alone to torture Nate. But they end up just talking about how Darhk is so conflicted because he wanted to destroy the world and build it back up for Nora to rule, but Nora's being controlled by Malice. So, he is a troubled daddy. So that's just setting it up for him to betray Malice in the next couple episodes, which is cool. But the main thing about this plot is the fact that Kawasa comes on the Wave Rider, gives back the amulet, then ends up at the end coming back and helping to save the day. But Malice, as I said, has different plans, so he jerks the totem from within Kawasa. Corrupts it, because apparently he can do that now. And doing this essentially kills her, so Kawasa's dead. But more on that later, because A-Plot is all about Ava. Sarah's about to go off and have a me day because reeling from the breakup and from the death totem shit. But Ray tries to stop her. Then, of course, the lovable idiot himself, Gary, comes in and is like, yeah, Ava's missing. And so they go to investigate and they go to her parents. Yay! Meet the parents. Only thanks to Sarah knowing Ava very intimately, she knows that it's all a sham. And so she pulls a knife and they're like, okay, we're actors. We were told by some mysterious person who totally not real paid them to come in and pretend to be her parents anytime she comes to visit. Which you're like, weird. Then they're like, okay, we need to discover more about her, so we'll go to the Forbidden Time. They go to her office, break in, and find out that her file's been deleted. And it says that it's deleted by the director, which they think is her. Which is totally not rip. Because, remember, he was director for a while. And so they go back to the restricted time to investigate things and find out there are a ton of Avas there. And like the name of the episode might have implied in the promos, she's not a robot. She's a clone. Which, nice of them, because Ray kind of throws in a little bit of a Orphan Black reference there, talking about Clone Club. Which is cool, because the reason why he brings that up is because they're investigating things, finding out about the clones and stuff. And then Ava comes in and is like, what the hell are you doing? We find out that she didn't know about the clones. And so they find out more about the stuff. The clones are like, you're restricted people, we need to destroy you. And so Ava and Sarah go back to back once more and start fighting a crap ton of people. Just this time it's Ava clones. Which I think it was also kind of cool because meanwhile while that was happening, Gary was being a scared little biatch. But Ray was standing up for himself. I think he ended up taking like 2-3 people. 2-3 Avas. But the real Ava and Sarah took down the rest. Like 10 apiece, I think. That might be an exaggeration. But anywho, so that's what's going on with Ava, is she's a clone. And she now finds out about it. Sarah convinces her that she's her own person, which is so not hinting that they're going to be getting back together. I meant not hinting. Sarcasm here. So they put it together finally that yes, it was Rip who was responsible for everything. Shocker. And that he wiped her memories and he wiped her file. Shocker. Rip doing something despicable for good reasons. Shocker. Anywho, I said I'd bring up like the Kawasa thing later. That's because our stinger for the episode is Amaya takes the jump ship all by herself in a very little pissed off kind of rage. Something that we rarely see from her. And she's going back to I think they said 98, to Zambezi. Which, given Gideon's warning and how old Kawasa and Mari are, my guess is that she's going back to the fire where Amari and Kawasa split up to try to save Kawasa. Which, that's going to be interesting because that is so not a huge deviation from the timeline, but I've been going on for too long. Thank you for joining me. Next week, we have Grodd versus Obama. Yup. Need I say any more? But yes, tomorrow we got Black Lightning and Rise. I hope all of you will tune in if you're into that stuff. But for now, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you like this face, maybe think about subscribing. Let me know what you think about the video and the episode in general in the comments below. But anyway, till next time, and beyond.